So here we have our 330 wagon. It's a 2017 wagon that we picked up that was wrecked. Obviously, you can see the damage to the suspension. It's all held on just by the strut and one of the control arms. All of this has to get fixed. We're putting it on the lift right now. We are planning to just pull out this powertrain, engine, transmission, probably the rear end, some other stuff, and we're going to put in a B58 from our parts car, which is outside. Once we have all of this out of the way, we'll put that in, we'll get it to run, then we will go and swap out all of the bumpers, the side skirts, everything to make it all M performance. Luckily, this car has the black headliner, black interior, so we don't have to mess with any of that. We will change the seat belts, the airbags, and while we're tearing it into it, we'll probably find other stuff that it needs. But welcome to the channel, and buckle in for the ride. These pieces are hard to get when cars are wrecked. Not many people put them back in, so we're just gonna sell that off after we're all done. And since we have the B58, it's going to take up much more space here. We're not going to have a use for that. Then same thing with the engine cover. Everything that we're not using from the B48 or B46 engine, we are going to just sell and try to recoup some money. So do not take any of my advice. This is just me doing stuff for fun. And if I knew what I'm doing, then I would have been working at BMW, like my friend is. But I'm just a backyard nobody, so we just break stuff. Okay, I need a flat head, and then we're gonna continue. Okay. So. Quick release, very cool on these 2-liter engines. Don't have to do no Bluetooth. Your device has successfully connected. Okay, now we're gonna remove these two braces held on by Torx to get the exhaust out. Okay, so these are T50. There's 3 on each side. Okay, these are much bigger. These are probably like T70. Big boy out. Okay, so the lift is kind of in the way, so we can't really remove this until we might be able to get that one out of the way, so at least we can get the exhaust out, in theory. Looks like we're actually putting this guy back in there. I'm not putting it in all the way because we want this to still have some play in there. Okay, so we can get that out of the way. Let's see. That's enough clearance for us. And, yup, look at that. And we can get the exhaust out. We have the nice M Performance exhaust on the donor car. So it's gonna be dual exit, if it's not gonna be too loud, because I know the resonator was deleted from that thing. Okay, so we have the exhaust ready basically to come down. We're gonna disconnect it from the downpipe, disconnect it here from the transmission transfer case area here, and yeah, we're gonna start working we're gonna leave the muffler intact. That way it's a 2-person job to drop it, So we're gonna move on to here. Here we have a 16mm long one that we need. Then a, what do you call it? A reverse Torx here. Okay, this is a little tricky. There we go. See, this sucker, it was jammed in there, and that's why we're messing around with it. Now look at this. Easy money. Easy money. Not to lose that V-band. Atako. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna put that right back in there for me not to be looking for it later. Okay, let's see what I can do with one hand. You know what? I'm gonna take care of that a little later. Now it wants to jam up on me. Okay, so I'm a one-man team today, so gonna wing it. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Jesus. Okay, let's do this. Ah! Okay, and we're out. Okay, we're taking off the heat shield to get to the drive shaft. And look at this car. No rust. Just beautiful. Okay, so luckily for us, BMW knows that I'm going to be wrenching on it, so they don't put reverse threads on it, unlike some other manufacturers where I almost stripped it because I wasn't smart enough to just check a We are on our last one, and if it was on neutral, then we could have turned it. So we're gonna lower the car, put it into neutral, and then turn that around. But while we're down here, I'm gonna double check that I didn't forget anything else. Okay, and that's out of the way. Now we're gonna have much easier access. I'm gonna get a special tool to disconnect the line right now. We don't got to worry about any of that. We just gotta press on that sucker. Just like that. I guess this is how I did it last time. You basically pull on it and then you kind of pry on four of the tabs, because due to this being so thick here, I can't get my tool. This is a small one, of course. Can't really get your tool to go in there because it needs to be nice and tight, and then you push on it. But okay, one of them is out. Just use a pick. Good thing I didn't get in my eyes. And there we are. Okay, I'm gonna try to shove something in here. Okay. So you can either push on this green one and it's gonna spread it apart, or you can just remove the green tab all the way. Okay, we're gonna block off that fuel with something a little later. I'm gonna put it underneath here, not to drain the whole fuel tank due to gravity. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna basically remove the bumper. We took care of everything underneath. We have a M Sport bumper. So while it's off, I want to double check that the radiators and everything is intact. And we might just upgrade the water intercooler for these engines. I have one on the parts card, but I haven't verified that it's intact. So we might just leave this one installed for now. And after it's running, do that upgrade. It has like a dent on it, so it might have a slow leak, but ain't nobody got time for this guy here that we have to press on and disconnect. Come on. There we go. This is why I bought the car, because it has all the cameras, heads-up display. It doesn't have track handling package like the other B58, but everything else is there. So I said, let's just buy this. This would be a perfect car to put a B58 into. Yeah, my fingers are... There we go. Bluetooth fog light. Almost there. We have one camera on this side. Okay. Of course. This is for sale. Anybody want it? Hit me up. $200. It's yours. It's got some custom patina on it. This car is going to get a bumper that it actually deserves. OEM OEM M Sport bumper. And as my luck would have it, I was able to secure one from a guy that had his car repoed. And he was able to pull off his white bumper with cameras, with parking sensors, his headlights, which I'm going to use on another wagon. And I got it for a pretty good deal. I only had to drive for like 3 hours, but yeah, don't even have to paint the front. We have a bumper for the rear. It's going to get painted. It's getting delivered from Florida. I literally just sold the rear bumper from one of my wagons, and then I bought this. So if it was like a week earlier, I wouldn't have to deal with transport of a bumper all the way from Florida, which luckily I have a way to get it transported through a truck driver friend. But yeah, we're ready for, what's his name? Oh, that's what it was. I was thinking, what's over here? Why can't I just remove the harness? It's the adaptive cruise control module. And yeah, that's another reason why I wanted this car, because it has front assist and I love my features. And we're almost out. Look at that. Easy money. Okay. Now we want to lock the steering wheel for it not to go screw up the clock spring. Once this pump is out, we're going to have to whack them a few times. Because, okay. Now it's free. Whew. Now just to think of what wheels are we going to put on this car, because obviously we're not going to leave this on there. The parts car has Apex EC7s. I think they're 8.5 wide all the way around, 255s, but one of them is trash, so I have to find one more wheel. And then that might be a decent set of wheels, since the car's supposed to be pushing around 700 horsepower on ethanol. So we'll see, but our plans might change. So yeah, obviously we're going to need a new strut, new control arms, tie rod, everything, axle. So we're gonna go on the other side. We're gonna remove the other wheel and continue. We're disconnecting the ABS, the brake wear sensor, ABS, right here. My fingers aren't doing the job today. So I usually press the two connectors together, then I press on the button. Well, this time it worked. Okay, so that's all staying on the car. Now we just have to disconnect the sensor for the headlights right here, for the adaptive headlights. This is ready. This is ready to go. We're securing this guy underneath. Okay. Okay. This kind of sucks. Kind of sucks that this is in the way. You know what? We'll just put two, what's it called? What do you call it? Of these suckers in there. What we're gonna do. We're gonna put one right here on the transmission and one in front. For this not to bug me. Okay, it is in the air, so I'm just going to disconnect the struts up top. Okay, now we're just going to unscrew this bracket right here for it not to get bent up. So this is free. We're going to disconnect the drive shaft after. Now we're going to unscrew the engine. Just going down. Okay. It was very much Bluetooth on this side. Okay, we're gonna go up with the chassis. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're out. Everything's out of the way. Everything's out of the way. Yeah, I was just thinking to leave the radiators on the support, but if it wants to go this way, it's gonna go this way. Yeah! You can call me Poppy now. Big bucks. Big bucks. Now we're ready for the B58. Now we can go and show the parts car what we're dealing with. Cut! So this is the parts car that we're dealing with. Someone local modified it, then wrecked it. So we came in, bought it for a decent deal, I would say. And so the plan is to pull this powertrain.
If you're still watching, please pause the video, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. That would be much appreciated. It would help out this channel very much.
DAW 6769 turbo, then BN intake manifold. We got a DS 2.5 high pressure fuel pump, a VRSF intercooler, MHD flex fuel kit. Then we got a custom tune, currently pushing about 550 horsepower with a regular pump gas, charge pipe, cold air intake, and yeah, basically car got modified, then wrecked. Now we are going to pull all the goodies, and the engine was freshly just gone through, so we can easily just swap it into the wagon and have a fun daily. Big money right here. This was a headlight. You can have it for 50 bucks. My favorite feature. It's nice that it's a parts car, so I can get everything, just unscrew everything that's in the way and make life easier. That is 500 bucks right there. That's another solid 50 bucks. This is big bucks. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Looks like it's all good, so we should be able to use it. You can see it's probably like 2.5, 3 inches thick compared to like a stock 1/2 inch thick one. Yeah, we're gonna take it right away to the wagon. On this side, we're all done. We're gonna start working on this side here. We're gonna remove the FEM and disconnect all the wiring. Make sure that all the coolant lines, everything's out of the way. We had this disconnected already, so we're just gonna get it completely out of the way. The coolant expansion tank. And of course, this plug is all busted up already, so you can see from the accident. So it's not me breaking it, even though I do break a lot of stuff. Easy, easy. Once you've done it a few times, easy. Okay, so we have to make sure that this one stays with this engine and we don't mistake them. Later, we're gonna have to take off the one on the passenger well area and make sure that they're paired. Okay, this is very sketchy since I have to lift it up here and the rear end is on just soil, so I don't want to pick it up by the rear subframe. So I'm gonna put some blocks here for now, and then I'll reposition the jack, and then somehow this has to end up here because this is the lifting point. So I don't want to damage anything just yet, but yeah, we're gonna not gain much from that, but I want to reposition my jack closer to the rear. Grab our handy little 3/8 drive. Let's see if it does the job. It's still held on by the cross brace in the middle, but we're gonna put this box in the back, so once I unscrew that, it just rests on this box. Okay, we're gonna move forward to the middle of the car. I hate working on jack stands because I don't have much space even for a creeper. And then you have the creeper, which raises you up another 3 inches. And then I feel like I have like claustrophobia or something. Almost hit me in my nose, but ain't nobody got time for that. So now we have one more, since this downpipe got welded onto the exhaust and then that what's it called, resonator got deleted, we can no longer just unscrew it here. We're going to unscrew it all the way by the turbo. Then we're going to move on to removing this heat shield, the drive shaft. It already moved, so I'm just going to kind of hold on to the O2 sensor. Okay, now we're going to disconnect the two O2 sensors right here. Then we have the second one right here. As you can see, that was already broken. Okay, we got the V-band out of the way. So it's nice and loose in here. Someone already unscrewed the downpipe that mounts to the transmission right there. So we're basically out. I'm gonna make sure that these O2 sensors don't get destroyed. So we're gonna go in the rear and pull it out. Okay, so just gonna remove this box out of the way. Return some of this dirt to Mother Nature. There we go. Some weight loss right here. And this is why it's so freaking loud, because the previous owner decided to get rid of the resonator. And weld on the downpipe right to the exhaust. Right there, and you can see, so previous owner welded the VRSF 3.5-inch downpipe right to the exhaust. You can kind of see some black smoke right there, so there's probably a small exhaust leak. So we're gonna have to fix that. But besides that, yeah, M Performance exhaust is going onto the wagon. one step closer to getting this done. Okay, we're removing the heat shield to get access to the rear drive shaft. And there's 8 and 8 right here, so looks like everything else is loose. I have my squinters on to avoid all the sand in my eyes. Okay, so we need an 18 millimeter to get to the drive shaft here, 13 here, and then reverse Torx here. But before doing all of that, I'm going to put a jack here or some 4x4s, not to have it flying, and then we're going to move on forward to the fuel lines and to the subframe. And it's off. Of course, every nut has to try to hit me in the face. Okay, drive shaft is disconnected, out of the way. Now we're gonna get a jack and lift it up here and let it sit. Okay, we don't want to really lift it. We just want to basically put some support underneath there. Now we're gonna grab some reverse Torx and then bolt the other side. Okay, so in the rear, transmission can go down. In the front, I just need to, I guess maybe while I'm in here, I'm just going to take care of the 2 fuel lines. Okay, we're gonna get the 3 plastic 10 millimeter nuts over here. Okay. And try to disconnect these. Of course, I had to grab the biggest one. The biggest one was the closest to me, so. Not yet. Ah. Oh yeah, smells like 92. Come on, stop dripping. I'm trying to open my eyes. Yeah, that's not gonna help much. I have to leave everything. That one went out much easier. Okay, so fuel's disconnected. Now we're gonna roll up with the forklift, connect it up from the top, and then actually it doesn't matter. We can just do it somehow, lift it up and lower the engine. So we're gonna test and see if there's any Freon in the system. Okay, looks like this car didn't have AC, or one of the radiators got busted, or lines, which ain't nobody got time for testing. We're gonna disconnect this line to get, yep, nothing in the system. Come on. And it's gonna go flying right now, so I'm gonna hold it down from the other side. Or not. Okay, that's pretty much it on this side. Yes. We have a jack under the transmission, so as long as this got most of it, we're just going to lift up. Okay, we're gonna unscrew the subframe. Okay, we're gonna try. Okay, gotta disconnect this guy. What was that? What was that? I just can't get enough leverage to pull on. Oh my. Oh my, me and spacing out today. I literally forgot to disconnect the steering shaft right here. Oh my. Of course, you can pull on it all you want. Oh, come on. Today's not my day. I should have listened to my wife and not work today. Yeah. Well, at least we know why I can't pry on it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, that would be one way to not remove an engine. Ah. Yeah. Much better. Would you look at that? No resistance. No resistance whatsoever. I'm holding on to this thing. It's teeter-tottering pretty badly. Let's see if I can. Nope, can't do that. Okay. The jack in the back for the transmission's not holding on to anything. I removed it earlier. Oh shoot, it's gonna fall right now. So, I got it secure. I'm gonna leave it like this. Hopefully it doesn't fall. And I'm gonna go get the forklift. So today we got the engine into the shop. It's ready to be installed. This is basically the engine that we pulled out of the 340, the one that's highly modified. So this got the Dynamic AutoWorks 6769 turbo, the Beamer Works manifold, the, what's that brand? DE fuel pump. It's got all the bells and whistles. So I'm thinking to just basically lower the car onto it. Oh my, or not. Maybe we might just remove the rad support to make our lives easier. Since the radiator's already removed, we're gonna try to upgrade the radiator charge for the intercooler. But yeah, that's the plan for today. We'll see if that happens or not. I guess keep on watching and see. Then I guess we'll just let that hang in there. We're gonna remove the other fender liner real quick. Now we need to remove these three on both sides. Then we're gonna remove the headlight bracket up top. We're gonna, at first we're gonna unbolt these. Then we're gonna unscrew, we're gonna lower the car and then do whatever we can. Bracket. Okay, we're gonna stop that right there. And now we're gonna pull out the rad support. We just need to unbolt these two 13s on each side. And we're good. Easy money, easy money. I think we're gonna just remove the old AC pump from the B58 and try to squeeze it in. See how that goes. So we're gonna remove the serpentine belt, remove the pump again. You're going to just remove this pump. So removing the serpentine belt, removing the pump. For the AC pump to basically move out of there faster or easier. Yeah, you can see the AC pump is already free and we can easily now remove it. I'll just have to remove this plug. Much easier than the other one I was struggling with because I couldn't hit those brackets out with the radiators being in the way. So, yep. Here's your whole AC system basically. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna try to lift up the engine. This thing's heavy.
If you're still watching, please pause the video, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. That would be much appreciated. It would help out this channel very much.
So we're going to swap out the subframe. So I'm just going to secure the engine and drop the subframe. Whatever. I forgot to put a jack under the transmission. That's why it's going so bad. Let's secure that over there. So basically, you can see this is all the parts from the sedan 340. The driver's side suspension was all toast. I was so pumped to pull this engine, I didn't really even pay attention. And then once we put the subframe with the engine in, and I was screwing in these, I noticed that this subframe is toast. You can see the control arm got ripped out completely. So we secured the engine from the top. I'm going to remove the driver's side engine mount. We're going to remove the steering rack subframe out. Going to change the engine mounts and put the original subframe, or we'll inspect that one since there was suspension damage on that one also. It might be just better to replace it completely. So last bolt here, nut, and then we're good. Okay, so everything's removed out of the way. I will, well, besides that coilover on that side, we're gonna lower the whole suspension down. Okay, we're out. Nothing's in the way. So that's basically time. Just a sign for me to wrap up here. I spent a while feeding all the coolant lines because I did a mistake and I left some of the coolant lines from the 4-cylinder engine, and then I left all the coolant lines from the 6-cylinder, and then I was kind of confused what stays, what doesn't. So then while the subframe's out of the way, I trace them all. Some of them go along the frame rail, some of them go up top, and then I realized that I made a mistake, that I was trying to keep the AC pump and everything, the condenser, everything original from the 4-cylinder, not to have to refill it. But then after I did that, I realized that the AC lines are slightly different. They were kind of kinking up and I couldn't use them, so I had to change them. Then we changed the driver's side engine mount bracket. Now everything's as it should be, and we will lower the car, put the subframe back on, and button everything up. Dun 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 dun. Woo! It's in. Now, everything else. We're gonna remove the engine support. brace. Okay, so I am going to unscrew this suspension quarter. Obviously this aftermarket BC coilover is just going to go on there temporarily, and then I'm going to change it for a regular strut for it until I get a different set of coilovers or lowering springs. So as it was on the car, I didn't remove all this, so it's going to be a little bit harder to remove this tie rod, but actually the steering rack is still bolted on to the subframe, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But let's see. Okay, I'm gonna get a wrench a little later. Let's attack everything else from this corner here, from this side, I guess. Here, let's see. Maybe this foot-long extension is a little bit overkill, but I thought we're gonna remove it from the knuckle, so I need quite the extension there, but let's try to avoid disconnecting the knuckle. Okay, now it's almost Bluetooth. Let's see if I have a big enough wrench somewhere around here. Perfect, just big enough. And we have enough clearance to get this off here. This tie rod's still good, at least on that side. Let's see. So we're gonna put that suspension corner on and move on to the other side, because I forgot to put in the axle while I was lifting up the subframe. So I want to get at least one of the arms on, and then lower this table, get the strut up top lined up, lift it back up. So just to get this thing mounted. Okay, that's not going anywhere. We can screw that in. Now we out. Not just yet. Okay, we're gonna put this dust shield back on, but we're gonna put on okay. Okay. And now that one decides to disconnect. Very nice. How much? So we're gonna tighten up the shock tower. As I said before, we are going to remove this and install stock suspension for now. So this is just going on temporarily to get it to roll, unless I find coilovers in the meantime while it's still on the lift. So I'm just gonna start buttoning up everything. Then we're gonna try to put on the rad support. So everything's ready. All the coolant lines are routed. We have both of the coolers, auxiliary coolers ready. We're gonna get the radiator pack. We're gonna mount it on the subframe, connect all the coolant lines, and then secure the radiator support, put on the headlights, secure everything. Currently all of the metal pieces for like the lower one are for a regular bumper. We will secure that, and then for now we'll just slap on a regular bumper. We have front, rear bumpers, M Sport already painted with side skirts. That's going to go on in a different video with some other aesthetic stuff we're going to put on the car. But for now, let's take care of the radiators. Okay, this one's on. Now we can secure the bumper reinforcement. Okay, Gucci game, Gucci game, Gucci game. So we're gonna connect this guy, whatever else is here. The headlight. Pa 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 da pa 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 da pa 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 pa. Would you look at that? It's going so fast. Look at that. Pop, 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 pop. So we're gonna have the camera, the parking sensors here. We're gonna have the fog light here. So we're gonna still need the bracket for the cooler. So that's gonna wait. It's gonna wait here. We're gonna change the brakes here in a minute. Let's go to the other side. We got the Allen now, and then we can take off the rotor. So we're installing some used rotors from the 340. So it's a 340 millimeter rotor and a 4-piston caliper. I think down the road we're gonna get these powder coated and new rotors, but for now, just getting these installed. It's quite the upgrade compared to the factory 330 BMW caliper. That would be your stock one, and that would be your upgrade. Ah! Ah! Pissed all over myself. I'm from your mother. Where are you from? So I tried to connect the drive shaft to the transmission, and on this car it doesn't have the track handling package. So different drive shaft, it doesn't bolt up to the transmission transfer case side. So this flange on the differential is different. I looked, the gear ratio is different, so we will remove the differential, everything out of the way to get it out, swap it out. That way it's all matching gearing between the whole powertrain, drivetrain. And in order to do that, we're just gonna remove the crossbar, all the plastics, some control arms to get the axle out, and that's about it. Then we're going to remove the 2 control arms to give it space for the axle to have space to go down. 18 mil on both sides. Just going to hold it up. So we need to attack this guy. I want to just free up all these control arms first to have more space working on it. So we're going to remove the wheel to have access to the other. Okay, now we have access to this guy here. That's going to be a little bit more fun to put back in, because we're going to have to lower the car, put some weight onto the wheel for this to collapse. But that's a problem for later. So now we have more space for the axle. So for the top mount, for the differential, you have to hold it with a 11 millimeter on the, what's it called? Reverse Torx here in the rear, and grab a 21 mil and yank it and unscrew it from here. So I'm just gonna unscrew this one. Just like I thought. Okay. So we're gonna remove this nut. Not so fast. Not so fast. This is it. Okay, I think it moved a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I started removing the rear diff, and then I realized that the sway bar is different also. So I'm just going to remove the whole subframe, and we're gonna just roll in the other subframe from the 340 with the bigger sway bar, axles, bigger brakes, and the other diff, and basically save time that way. Something like that. Going down. So we have the rear subframe on the dolly. Basically, there's two reverse Torx on both sides. We will unscrew those and lower the table. If everything went as planned, nothing's gonna break, and we're just gonna swap out the other one in. Okay, we didn't disconnect the brackets that go to the subframe over here, so I need to still do that. So basically, I forgot to unscrew this bracket here, so I'm removing the lower part of the fender liner to get to the other bolt that holds it. The other B58 I had the track handling package, so I didn't have to deal with any of this. The rear ends were the same, the brakes were upgraded, the sway bars were upgraded. So now, just a little bit more work, but yeah, just gonna get to it real quick. I have to remove the side skirts either way, so these gotta go either way. Ah! Easy. Now the same thing on the other side. Easy, easy money. Now, in with the new, like that. We are going to lift up the car a few more inches. That way the wheels can clear here. We're going to line up the rear axle, lift it up, and hopefully we did this for a reason, good reason. Then, gonna move forward to connecting the drive shaft. So, I got the DME COS gauge cluster, 6WB, and a new key. So, we're gonna install this and box this real quick. Make it look all pretty and everything. B58, just like we want it. Easy, easy, just like we want it. And this is my little, I had to treat myself. Got the full digital OEM cluster. Looking forward to this. Got, this is, I think this is the original key that was acting up, and this is another key. Got it cut. Got nice stickers and everything in there.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great.
So these are the tuned DME. It's already to the sedan with, I guess, the upgraded turbo and all that. So was told that the tune is going to transfer with everything. So let's see if that is still going to be true. So we are going to remove this kick panel, this top panel, and get to the footwell module, or COS, or whatever you call it. So the only thing is, so the DME is in, the COS is in. Now we're going to replace the gauge cluster, and we don't have an exhaust installed yet, but I think we should still try to fire it up just for a second, confirm that all the coding was done properly, because I can't install the exhaust because I don't have a dual exit bumper to install yet, and single exit one from the 330. It's not going to fit to the turbo. So my super expensive toy. I usually don't splurge like this, but it is what it is. So we connected power. Look at that. So we will remove the rear bumper since it only has a single exhaust on this thing, and we're putting the M Performance dual exit on this. So I'll remove this. I think we'll just install the used bumper that's not painted yet temporarily, and then we'll make a different video separately, record after everything's already painted and installed, all the body panels. So here we go. So basically, I had to buy this bumper since I literally sold my wagon M Sport bumper like a week before I bought this car. So I had to buy it all the way in Florida from a guy that didn't end up using it. Then I had a friend bring it over from Florida for me. Dilemma. Okay, good. So, you got that M Performance exhaust installed. Since downpipe was welded onto the rest of the exhaust, it was a little bit of a pain to get it in there, but we got it in there with 2 people. I'm not installing the cross braces or anything because we still have to drop the exhaust one more time. I broke e-brake bracket towards the rear diff, the one that rubs against the drive shaft, so we'll have to get a new bracket ordered and install that. But we are going to secure the downpipe to the turbo. We're going to put the cold air intake. We will fire it up, and then I'll get to this a little later. I love working with V-bands. Makes life much easier. So, damn, even the connectors went off. I yanked it pretty nicely then. The stupidest, I swear, I hate these the most. These clips are so much easier. Like, I would have removed 10 of those wheels by the time I removed this one. I even had to turn on YouTube just to look at it again, even though I've done this not once. But yeah, super easy if you know what you're doing. But since I don't know what I'm doing, it took me a while. It's got the adaptive cruise and all that buttons, so probably someone's still gonna need it. I guess this wheel wasn't heated or what? What's going on here? Oh my, I'll need to get the right wheel with all the correct buttons for the adaptive steering, for the adaptive cruise control. But for now we're good. For now we are good. Okay, and of course this one's so easy. final product. I would much recommend. It's a little worn out, so I'm gonna have to get it refinished, but we're gonna need to get the right buttons. Unless we find the right wheel with adaptive cruise control, then we don't even have to refinish it, but that's that. So I acquired this dry carbon and performance kit. I was not able to find anything until out of nowhere a guy that lives like 2 hours away from me posted a 335 with all of this stuff. I dropped everything, drove over there, picked up all the carbon stuff. While I was there, I was able to get some door sills, some other stuff. I think that we might have to install those in a little bit. But yeah, I hate the look of carbon fiber on exterior of the car. Even though this bumper has like the fake carbon fiber, but I don't like it. I like the plain black gloss over everything. But the dry carbon, that's a different thing. I actually kind of dig it. So I'm going to install it into this thing. So I was able to score a color match fender for this car, right? Then I got some new painted rear bumper, or a used bumper that got painted, and side skirts. And then I got a color match front bumper also, all M Sport. So we're gonna toss all that in and make it perfect. Why does everybody need something from me today? basically wrapped up with this project. Yes, we have a few stuff to address, but that's kind of like pointless to put on the camera. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for new content. We will do a bunch of other stuff to this car. Then since we're gonna have to retune it and it's gonna be quite a sleeper, we're trying to upload videos with just, you know, doing pulls with other high performance vehicles and showing them what a wagon can do, you know. So I'm very excited. Thank you for watching, and yeah, stay tuned.